Hey, what's up? Evan the FuManJew coming at you, bros, with a new video. About last week, Gamester81 and Retro Liberty collaborated on their top 10 Konami NES games. Now, I thought it was a pretty cool collabo, but I did have a few issues with their list, as I'm sure most people do with any list. They have things they agree about, things that they wholeheartedly disagree on. So, I wanted to put my Konami top 10 list together, which I would actually love to give you a better produced video with gameplay, all that kind of good stuff, but unfortunately I'm a student and a student teacher taking about 18 credits right now, so my time to do this stuff is very limited, but I do like to stay involved in the YouTube gaming community as well as the 2 Facebook groups I'm in. Unfortunately it's 2 now because there was some kind of split or coup or whatever, so the Gamer Collective and video game trades, scores, and more. This is, mostly for you guys. I teased in those groups a few days ago that I'd be giving away a Ducktales. Well, the picture actually had 2, but one was mine. The other one is giving away. So stick around at the end of the video. I'll tell you when I'll be giving that away and what you have to do and all that good stuff. But yeah, let's bust into it. Have some fun here. Konami obviously is one of the 2 great third-party video game makers for the NES, and they just, along with Capcom obviously, and they just have a great library of games, and I'm going to talk about my 10 favorites. So obviously even the number 10 game on this list is a fantastic game. Don't by any means think that, if the game's 9 or 10 I don't really like it that much, because I absolutely love every single one of these games on this list. So without further ado, we're going to start with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game. Now, this game is actually published by Ultra, but if you don't know why that the Ultra game is on the Konami list, then I don't know why you're watching this to begin with. But this obviously is a port of the great arcade game. Now, obviously, if it was a arcade perfect port, it would probably be in the top 3 on this list, but it isn't. Still a fantastic beat 'em up for the NES. I love the Ninja Turtles, and unlike a lot of lists, I'm not limiting mine to 1 game per series. I think that, especially with the NES games, each game in a series brings its own little thing to the table, so don't think that this is the only Ninja Turtle game you're going to see on this list. There'll be at least 1 more. So, great game, fun to play. Number 10. Number 9. Might be a little bit of surprise here, but Track and Field. I absolutely love this game. It's just a fun game where you just tap buttons really fast and try to get your best score. It's a little bit different than the arcade version. They added a couple events. They added archery and the skeet shoot. Skeet shoot is nuts. It's really fun, and the final event, the high jump, if you can master that, you're a video game king. Me and my buddy finally a couple weeks ago figured out how to do the high jump with not too much help from the online walkthroughs and stuff. So this is a blast. It's fun at the arcade. It's fun on your NES. Pick it up if you haven't played it very much. It's a great game. Number 8, right? 8. On the list is Super C. This might be a little low for people, but as I stated before, this is not the only Contra game that's going to be on this list. This is great game. It's Contra 2. They took everything about Contra and didn't change too much. They did make those 3D levels. They changed them to overhead running gun levels, which I think both styles have their pros. So, but I played Contra more, the original one more as a child, which is why Super C is a little bit lower on the list. Oh, spoiler, yeah, Contra is going to be on this list too. Another game that you might see more than one on one of the series on this list. Number 7, the original Castlevania. This game was groundbreaking, both with music, style, and tell me that there's not much more of a satisfying weapon in any video game than Simon Belmont or Christian Belmont or Trevor Belmont, whatever Belmont you want to say, their whip. Fun game, great game. Can't say anything that hasn't been said about it. So we're moving on to number 6, I believe, Bustin' Through. This is the only game on the list that I never really played much as a child. Not much, not at all. It came out late in the NES's lifespan. I'm sure you guys are probably saying, oh, I know what it is. It's Bucky O'Hare. Well, then you would be right, because this is a great game, kind of in the vein of a Mega Man game in that you can switch characters on the fly with different attributes, different weapons. It's got some really good twitch platforming. It also doesn't send you too far back when you die, so it keeps you wanting to play, keeps you wanting to go. You don't like, oh, I gotta play this part just to get the part that I have trouble with. No, it's the save points, the checkpoints are many, so you can have hours and hours and hours of fun with this game. So now we're moving into the top 5, and we will start our top 5 with the second game of the Ninja Turtles franchise to be in this list, which is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, The Manhattan Project. Also came out somewhat later in the NES lifespan, so it really does a fantastic job of maxing out the potential of the system. It looks better than Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, it plays better than Ninja Turtles 2, the arcade game, and the music is also better as well. So this is a fantastic beat-em-up, great multiplayer game, and I can't stress that enough. A game that is fun to play with friends is it just makes the experience so much better. I mean, yeah, a game that can be played great by itself is awesome, but when you have a good friend with you to play these games, it just makes it all the better, which is a perfect segue to my number 4 game, which I felt was the biggest injustice of Gamester 81 and Retro Liberty's top 10 list, that it didn't even make it on their list. And that game is Jackal. Jackal is awesome. Jackal's good by yourself, and it's fantastic with a friend. The missiles are satisfying, especially when you upgrade it and it shoots in 4 directions. It's like an overhead running gun, but with a jeep. It's not overly difficult, but it's hard enough to where you're not going to be able to master it the first 2, 3, 4 times you play it. It's going to take you, I would say me and my friend, we beat it a couple months ago, and it probably took us a good 10 to 12 playthroughs to make it through the game, and something like that makes it really satisfying, makes it really fun to play as a friend, and just Jackal, great game for the NES, one of the gems of the system that doesn't get its due enough. So here we go, top 3, and coincidentally enough, number 3 on my list is Castlevania 3. This is my favorite game in the Castlevania franchise. I think it perfected the 8-bit Castlevania after that debacle of number 2. To be able to use different characters, the levels, the difficulty, yeah, it was super frustrating, but it was super fun. Remember the first time I ever played this, my cousin came over for a weekend, and he brought this game with him, and I'm pretty sure that's all we did the entire weekend. Although I think we did see Willow that weekend, but I immediately, probably for that year at Christmas or my birthday or whatever it was, this is what I asked for because my cousin brought it over and I played it, and this is what I got. Still haven't beaten this game to this day, don't know anybody that has, but I will still put it in every now and again and give it my all. So Castlevania 3, number 3 on my list. Number 2 on my list, a lot of people probably wouldn't even put it in their top 15 Konami games. Might not even put it in, maybe put it in one of their worst Nintendo game lists, but I absolutely love it, and that's the original Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles for the NES. I got this game in 2nd grade for my birthday, and I'm pretty sure that's all I did until 3rd grade. And I ended up getting pretty darn good at it. I remember as a kid getting to Shredder. I've recently got to Shredder, but like Castlevania 3, this is a game that I have never beaten. I know I will. I will beat this game one day, and it will be joyous, and it is number 2 on my list. So, I think we can deduce what's number 1 on this list. It should be number 1 on this list. It might be number 1 on any list, any video game list ever made, and that is the original Contra on the NES. once again, a game I grew up with, a game that I mastered, a game that I can beat without even thinking, a game that I can beat without dying, a game that I can beat without getting any power-ups, a game that I go back to again and again and I love, and the original Contra is a perfect video game. For the run and gun genre, there has not been a game made better, I don't think, and I don't think there ever will be. So, deservedly so, Contra, just like Gamester 81 and just like Retro Liberty, felt #1 Konami NES game ever made. So, thank you for checking that out. Leave your comments below if you think I'm a complete and utter idiot and I left off some awesome game, which I'm sure I did. I know for a fact I did. I didn't do it just to be controversial. They might not have been games I played very much, or just felt that these ones were a little better. So let me know which ones I left off. Let me know which ones that you loved. And also, moving along to the Ducktales giveaway. So there's no disc in here. It's gonna come to you sealed, but it has a code to download Ducktales Remastered for your PS3. Inside it has a little paper-shaped disc that has a collector's pin attached to it. Let's see if we can see it. It looks like that on the top left corner, that little blue, that's what the pin looks like. I'm just doing this because I think this is a fantastic game. Well, obviously the original, I've played through the remastered, and it's just something that I feel people should have, and hopefully it goes to someone that really wants it. But in the same vein as this Konami list that I made, I'm going to, hopefully by this weekend, be doing a similar list, but with the Capcom games. So when that comes out, so if subscribe to this channel. I'm not doing this to get subscribers or views. I just want to give this away. You can, when this contest is over, unsubscribe. I don't care. Makes no difference to me. I'm just telling you guys to subscribe now, so that when I do release that video and I do announce the person that you're gonna get it, I'm also be doing announcements on the Facebook pages too as well, because this is mostly for you guys. But if you're a subscriber, then you're not part of that page, then this is for you guys to tell your friends. I don't care. But yeah, when that Capcom video comes out, hopefully by the weekend, I'll give you even more details of what exactly you need to do to register. It's not going to be that big a deal. But thank you for watching. Thank you for gaming, and have a fantastic day. See you later.